Well, just with my work experience over the last 19 years in the community, working with the young people, working with the mums and bubs, working with men, working in the domestic violence field and the social justice field, it's just been really hectic in trying to get the information and the message across to people and young people that there are services available for people to be able to go and access. If you don't have strong families, you don't have a strong sense of identity, you don't know yourself, you're going to school for 6 hours of the day, but it's not necessarily that they're actually providing that information to our children to strengthen them on themselves and their own self-identity. So it starts from home and it starts from the community. So if you don't have that, you know, some of our children still struggle, even though that they go through the education system. As you say, it's a systemic problem. You know, it's starting from an early age. So it's really important that the family structure is there to be able to encourage our children to go on further and to be able to build strong families. We're trying to build strong families, so by having workshops to strengthen families, to look at the basic principles of parenting, looking at the behaviour, looking at health and nutritious, looking at fitness, looking at the mental and psychological issues that parents and families are faced with today, and even looking at basic education, because a lot of our mums in the community, a lot of them lack numeracy and literacy skills. So even if it means providing that sort of service to be able to strengthen and empower them to be able to take on the role and responsibility as a parent. What I've found and realised is that you can't have separate programs. You can't have a separate program for the women to empower women, and you can't have a separate program to empower men, because they're an entity. If they're husband and wife, they need to work together. You know, they're not working towards setting goals and doing things individually. You know, you have to work together to be able to build that strong, stable foundation for your family and your community. I'm all wonderful role models and coming in and sharing the stories, the successful stories. And the most important thing is to keep it real. We need to really focus and strengthen our role models within our own communities. From a community perspective, I try and encourage people, whenever they're newcomers to town, I try and make contact on a personal level with new people. If I see a new face in town, I'd usually just go up and introduce myself and say, you know, welcome to Kununurra, and just say, look, you know, even though you see people sitting under a shady tree doesn't mean that they're drunk. You know, how about you just go and have a meet with them, sit down and talk and have a conversation. We need to start small, from our own selves, from our own backyards, in our own communities, strengthen communities, start changing mindsets within our own communities, strengthening people, getting organisations, community people, leaders to start stepping up and making that lead to making a positive change for our next generation.